Everybody, welcome back. It's the weekly Sales Evolution Skool Q&A session. I think we're week 4 now into the community. We're slowly growing. It's great to see. The goal of this call is to collect any Q&A live, or that's been sent to me before, either in the community or in the DMs. We'll take a little bit of a look around the school community, see how things are building out, and then just chat about the roadmap for the future and anything that we're doing. So it's going to be a quick one today because nearly Easter holidays, got the kids knocking around. The sun is almost shining, kind of, for Ireland. So let's get into it. The main questions and topics that we got this week was really kind of around that sort of mental health. How do you keep yourself positive, right, when you're hearing all the no's? Let me just adjust this slightly, see if that helps. How do you keep yourself positive? And this is something that we're going to cover off in the first module that we've done in Outthink. This is really around not just finding your sales identity, but also starting to think and build on those routines and those habits that keep things positive for you. Stop that negative spiral, because it is tough when you're on your own. You're hearing all the no's. You can't find the prospects. You're getting ghosted. People aren't turning up for calls. People aren't interested. All that fun stuff, right? But certainly if you're not in a team and you're on your own, then these things can be like really, really hard to deal with, and they do kind of mount up both subconsciously and consciously as well. But even as well, if you find yourself in a sales team and someone else is absolutely smashing it and you're not, that's the kind of stuff that can wear in your mind as well. And then for the business owners and entrepreneurs that we have in the group as well, when you don't have a salesperson, you've never done sales before, you're not ready to hire a sales team, how do you make the sales, lead that charge, learn, but also learn in such a way where you can then educate and train the sales reps that are going to come in behind you? Because how are they going to sell if you can't? So that's been a big topic. Big topic this week. So let me just share my screen here. Let's go screen, share screen, Chrome tab. No, let's just share the entire screen, see if this works. Cool. So if we pop on over to the school community, Sales Evolution Skool Community classroom, you'll see under construction. You can still pop in here and have a look at what's going on. But so if you remember, this is kind of part 1 is Outthink. Part 2 then leads into Outlearn. Part 3, which is where we start absolutely killing it, is the Outsell classroom. So you can see we've got 6 modules here, from your identity, confidence, breaking those negative spirals. How can we get ourselves in the right kind of frame of mind, in the right state before a call? How do we emotionally detach from what goes on in our meetings, in our pitches? And then how do we then build that into a daily operating system where we can start getting the reps in, start collecting data either on ourselves or on the things that we're doing, and build. Then we've got the bonus section, which is integration, because this is not a standalone topic. This is something that you need to repeat, revisit, start building the reps, getting the data in, learning as you go along, change things as well. As you evolve, your processes will evolve, your learnings will evolve. And then obviously a ton of free resources will pop in at the end. The integration section is then how do we then move that in to the Outlearn modules, because again, everything fits together in a lovely little roadmap and a lovely little line, and then circles back. So we end up with this kind of flywheel effect at the very end, which is absolutely the goal there. And then the last thing for me to say is then, in terms of me just improving my own content creation, my own articulation of what it is I'm trying to do, and getting my experience across to you in the market, I've started a Substack. So my first post went out this week around like how on any kind of given different day of the week, like we are different people, like things happen in our lives, things happen in our businesses, and essentially, like, the problem that we have today is that when something goes wrong, we look for a quick fix. Okay, and now, like, I'm old, And so back in the day, we didn't have all this instant gratification and social media and all this kind of stuff that affects the way we think now. Very old school mindset, which I'm trying to bring into you guys. And so, very easy for us to get shiny object syndrome, be following our favorite Instagram sales gurus to get the next latest, greatest objection handling advice, when in fact, it's not really, you don't need another tool, right? You need to work on yourself before you even worry about any of that shite. Okay, so that's really what that is really what that is all about. So let me head back into school. I'll stop sharing. And so you'll see then the Substack will then help me, in the interest of doing the minimal amount of work and getting the most out of it. The idea is that the long form Substack article then forms the basis for YouTube videos and then short form stuff on Instagram. That's the plan, because we're all time poor, we're all busy. But again, a huge focus for me is, how do we use all these different tools, be it social media, be it AI, to make our lives easier and get the most out of it, okay? Because the hill I will die on, with it. Sales will always be a human skill. And yeah, AI can replace that, this, and the other, but they can't replace our lived experience. It can't replace what we have and we know and we experience up here. So that's all for me this week. Really enjoying building out this community. Loving the interactions that I'm getting. Want to encourage people to get out of my DMs and into the community so we can see what everyone's saying. Appreciate it if you share this. If you're on YouTube catching up with this, check the links below. There'll obviously be a link for you to come and join us in school. If you're in the community, it's free, so there's no affiliate commission, but I appreciate you sharing the group where you can. And I will see you in school.